Hey guys, thanks for checking out today's video. And what we're doing today is changing the transfer case fluid in this 2014 Silverado here. So this truck rolled over 100,000 miles, about 3,000 miles ago actually, and I believe that's whenever the manual calls for a change in the transfer case fluid. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm just doing this video to show you guys how to do this if you want to do it. And this video complements our routine maintenance videos that I've been doing. So we've changed the transmission fluid, the coolant, and different things like that on this pickup. So with that being said, let me show you exactly what you're going to need to get the job done. Really, it's pretty simple. You'll need you a little flashlight or something if you can't see under the truck. That's why I've got this guy. Got me just a couple shop rags in case I need them. Something to catch the old fluid. We've got a breaker bar, 18mm socket. Got a funnel that I've cleaned out to put the new fluid in. And the great thing about it is this takes the same transmission fluid that you put in your transmission. So whenever I dropped the pan and changed the filter, I was actually left with 2 quarts. And I think we need 1.6 quarts. So what you're going to want to look for is a Dexron 6 fluid, fully synthetic. Now, guys, I highly recommend go ahead and get the AC Delco Dexron fluid. If you're getting this, you know what you're getting, and that's why a lot of these newer vehicles are getting to where you can't service the transmission, is because so many people put the wrong types of transmission fluid in them. And when you put the wrong type of transmission fluid in your vehicle, it's just going to ruin things. So yeah, it is a little more expensive, but go ahead and get the AC Delco brand. This is what the truck calls for. You know you're getting good quality whenever you're getting AC Delco. And no, I'm not sponsored by AC Delco. I actually purchased this with my own money. And if you guys want to find some of this, I'm going to leave a link down for you in the description. The link does help support the channel monetarily, so I certainly do appreciate it. Helps me work on this 2014 Silverado and the 2004 Duramax that we've been building out over here. So certainly appreciate your guys' support on that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the process. I'm going to scoot all this stuff under the truck and we'll get started under there.
Alright guys, we have arrived at our destination. So this right here is your transfer case, and as a point of reference here, this is part of this over here, which you can't really see. Let me get some light on it. This is part of the exhaust right here. But what I've got my flashlight resting on, what you're seeing right here, is the cross member about halfway back between the tires, the front and rear tires. So this is your transfer case. This is the fill plug. This is the drain plug. Always, 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 no matter what type of vehicle you're working on, doesn't have to be this particular model, try to take the fill plug out first. Because if you find this guy stuck for whatever reason and you drain all the fluid, you're going to have to get a tow somewhere to get this guy out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Make sure to have your drain pan right below the transfer case, because you're going to leak a little bit of fluid. And the nice thing is, with that coming out there just a little bit, we know we aren't low on fluid. It's going to drain a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and crack the bottom one loose. Alright, I should be able to loosen my hand now. I've got my pan ready down below. And there it comes out. You can see on the end of your magnet here, you're going to have some nasty stuff, as you can see, because it is magnetic. So make sure to clean this off. It won't take long to drain your fluid. You only should have about 1.6 quarts in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this guy off real quick with my shop towel. You'll see all the crap that we'll get off there. Look at that. All that metal and whatnot. So it's a good thing we're changing this. It was needed. Let's get this guy good and cleaned up. To what we're left with is basically a new looking drain bolt here. I've got it cleaned up. You can see this is slowed down to a drip here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll plug back in now that's cleaned up. You just want to get this tight. You don't want to get it super, super tight. I imagine that right there ought to be good. Alright, so now I'm going to stick my funnel right up in there. So I think what's going to work best for me is my funnel actually threads onto this bottle nicely. So I think I can take this bad boy Set it up in here like this. Maybe fill it up. Let me go above this cross member here. See how lucky we get. And there she goes. Okay, so I think I'm starting to get full, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out here. I'm going to tilt it up. You guys can see the fluid that is running out, so I was definitely overfilled. So while it's still draining out, go ahead and let her drain a little more. Alright, so we got her filled up, and as you can see, whenever I pulled it out, it's draining out. So I'm going to let it drain off a little bit, that way it's not over full. So now that she's slowing down pretty good, go ahead and put my bolt back in here for my fill. Just going to torque her down a little, not much, just a little past finger tight. Maybe a couple of turns. Alright guys, the job's done. I've got all my junk here. Let's take the fluid out so you guys can kind of look at it, see what it looks like after 100,000 miles. So just like our transmission fluid was in our pan, you can see it's very, very dark and very well spent. You can kind of see some sheen to it. I'm sure there's little metal flakes in there just from 100,000 miles. You know, that's quite a bit. Now keep in mind there is a little bit of clean transmission fluid mixed in with this because it obviously was draining out there. But that's what your fluid may look like, and that's not really a problem. But now the truck's got some clean transmission fluid in the transfer case, so it's ready to go. I've got about, I don't know, half a quart left in this guy here, which I don't really like storing opened transmission fluid, so I may actually run this in the Duramax. And by run it, I mean literally in the tank. This is supposed to be really, really good to run with diesel to clean injectors and things like that. So I may run this through the tank a few times and help get that cleaned out and get rid of this stuff here. I hate for it to go to waste. But as you can see, guys, it's literally that easy of a job. So now all you got to do is a little bit of cleanup if you spilt any, and you're good to go. Guys, if the video helped you out, be sure to leave a like on it. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And be sure to go check out those other videos of regular routine maintenance that I've done to this truck. So that way you can keep your truck running for a really long time and know the proper way to do things. Alright guys, until next time, take care.